Security.
You are.
What security?
I don't know.
Get you.
I don't know.
How long is it? Your music's a bit malfunctioning, right?
The what?
My music is a bit loud.
Oh, your music. I thought you meant the streams music.
No.
It's alright then.
Lovely. Alright, let's have a look here. My CAD's almost in a bearish environment on the 4 hour.
All the card is in support, innit?
Yeah, it's just that significant low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got on ball CAD to be fair.
No. No, unfortunately not, Jimmy.
They're not in the best of positions, to be honest.
No, everything's like up high or whatever.
Yeah, well like GJ's bullish, but it's at resistance on the 4 hour.
Yeah. It's not resistance on the 4 hour, but it's... Yeah, you've got your close above significant as well, so...
It's bullish, isn't it?
The 30 minutes bullish as well.
There's like an inside leg on the 30 minute as well, but so how you look at that could work.
What?
On GJ.
For long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Is daily structure above the daily high yet? No, it's not, is it?
No.
It's still 2v2. Because you've got it sitting on that support, isn't it? And it's testing it and it's wicking away from it. Gotta be careful of this 4 hour as well.
What, the 4 hour open?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yes. I'm not alias. I'm not even on alias. I'm not even on alias. Yeah. So Daily's bullish. 4 hours bullish. Well, Daily's not really bullish, but
No, the daily's not bullish. For me, the daily's bearish. But yesterday was a weak bearish with rejection off this area. So this area was like rejected previously, and then it broke above it, and it rejected it pretty hard yesterday. And you've now created a higher low on the daily so far. So it pushed down and it's now pushed back up. And you've got
Push down.
so that's the daily high, and then 4 hourly. Yeah, you're like sitting within. You're in the resistance. In
Yeah.
the 4 hour. That logic, how's it going?
Yo.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's okay, Erin.
How's things? I think this long makes sense too.
Yeah, I do. It just depends.
It's just a shitty time.
Depends on how low the trigger candle is as well, because the target's only like 5 pips. Maybe a bit more, to be honest. Maybe like 6. Maybe you can take it a bit further into that wick.
Yeah, into the wick. Yeah, because that's what supports. The local support is south. 4 hour. Yeah, so 4 hour hourly. Drop it back to 30 minutes, even smaller. Your support's right up there. Yeah, I think you could get. Yeah, I think if it doesn't break and closes like this, it'll flip it over. Good. Oh, that was a good question. What's the lowest time frame you guys trade?
15 minutes.
15. Yeah. Yeah, and we
Could
don't
probably
use.
trade the 5, but I don't.
The 5 rolls into the 15, but it sometimes gives like false entries on the 5 minute where you would get caught out on the 5, but whereas the 15's on that border limit where you probably wouldn't get caught out. You do occasionally get caught out, but not that often. But you've got like, if you think you've got 3 5-minute candle confirmations on the 15, but I think it's sensible. But I think like if you're sensible, what candles you trade, I think 30 minutes is one of the safer ones.
Yeah.
But it depends what kind of trade you are as well. If you're a scalper, then 5 minute probably. But yeah, we're 15 usually. What about you? What do you prefer? Do-do.
Sound like a dog?
TP, I'll do 15 minutes. At the lowest, I analysed all the time frames above the first 5 started scalping, so I've moved to 5 minutes. It's worked better for me. Oh, that's good. Good stuff. Yeah, I think if you roll the daily into the 4 hourly, into the 30 minute, I don't think you always need the hourly, but the hourly is good as well. It's very clean as the hourly, but you don't really get entries on it. You do occasionally. So yeah, roll the time frames down into the 15-minute for entries, like you said, and then yeah, the 5-minute does work pretty well, especially if you're scalping highs and stuff. Yeah, we only trade those pairs, but if you have any ideas on anything else or want us to look at anything, then we'll have a look and give you our opinion. But yeah, that's all we will take a trade on. Any pair with a tight spread. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to look at it, really. It's got 2 buy signals on. Alright, cool.
New Zealand dollar. I don't know if I've traded that before. I wonder if like other things trade the same as currencies. You know, like stocks and stuff. Like, I wonder if you can use the same like type of.
Yeah, probably. Probably, I would say. Buy signals. The Forex scalping signals. Yeah, they probably will go along with that, actually. Looking at it.
Looks weird right now.
It does look weird right now, but yeah, it's. I wonder what the signal's based on. I think it'd be better for long wanted breaks. Discount.
Yeah. Do you mean signal as in you've been sent it in like a signal group, or do you mean that like there's some sort of confirmation?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, let us know how it goes. 5 minutes. 10 pip scalp. Yeah, looks good. See what she does.
Bit of a 10 pipper.
A 10 pip. Oh, sure, an algo, is it? Oh.
Alright, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I think GJ's quite nice. It just needs to flip.
Yeah, I do. So you just got to be careful of the 4 hour.
Yeah, if it pushes down a bit further, to be honest, it's even better for us. So. Because you've got more of an up move then.
Yeah, if it sits in, if it pushes down and sits like here, sits in the support on the 30-minute, that area.
Yeah, that's because that's like the significant low in it. That's like a.
Yeah, if it sits off there,
Nice
that's
support.
your lowest point it's going to go, and then before it flips.
Yeah, exactly. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I think with you know, with putting like pending orders for buys, because the spread fluctuates, you don't want to be triggered in before it actually hits the high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it says here.
Morning,
that's
says.
right.
That logic, you know, in your dolly end, do you have like a chart with like your entries on and your or like your trade ideas that you could send, just so it saves us having to actually go onto the chart itself and do the analysis. It's easy just for us to just see a chart and then we can go, oh yeah, that looks good, and just mark it up. Social media will do one probably, I imagine, on GJ at some point this morning.
For the old dolly, and I used to trade this all the time. I haven't traded this in ages, man. Yeah, it looks pretty bearish, but this is dolly in. But kind of in consolidation right now, so.
Yeah. If you just send your marked up chart through, and we'll have a look at it. Just saves us having to flip on and off, just because obviously we're watching our pairs at the same time.
The shot spread. I don't think we're gonna get the trigger on GJ.
No, probably not. Probably not. Doesn't look like it, does it?
Unless this candle just flips. Doesn't matter though, but if it goes low, like I said, it's probably even better.
Yeah.
It's probably, like, position wise, it's probably even nicer. We shall see. Ooh. Go.
EJ could give something maybe in another hour or so. She's sitting on like quite a key area for a retrace. 30 minutes now bullish. It's retracing back into that area. Before I was not quite bullish yet though. 1 second. Yeah,
Oh, it is bullish.
4 hours bullish, so yeah. Previous daily candle's a weak bearish, like it's a really rejected bearish candle, which is good.
Yeah, no, that's not good enough on GJ. That close isn't what you want. They're all in like weird positions, to be honest.
Yeah, they're all up high with structure.
Yeah, there we go. GJ's breaking down a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, if we can go into them lows and then create something in them, that'll be nice.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do this. The only thing you've got to remember is that's the 4 hour low that breaking.
The what?
The bottom red line I've got on is the 4 hour low, so the break out of this low is the 4 hour low.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like position wise, it's a little bit strange because it's bullish, but on the 4 hour, it's like a really nice resistance.
Yeah, you're in between, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes. In between everything. Oh.
Right.
Do. Bullish, bearish. Yeah, same with EJ. It would be nice for EJ to move a little lower, maybe create a slightly lower low, and then find some support inside leg sort of thing back up to the highs, and then break the high maybe, which is the previous daily high.
What's that, sorry? What are you looking at?
EJ.
Oh, yeah. JJ. Alright.
This seems a bit of a waiting game on a lot of the pairs, I think, maybe. I think that's the best bet for most of them. I think the only way for pound yen to actually look good would be like a bullish engulfing candle.
Yeah, something that really shows some support.
Yeah. I'm basing a lot of it just on the fact with how they, well, not necessarily how the 4 hourly closed. Well, the good thing about the 4 hourly is it had a higher low and a higher high than the previous 4 hourly, even though it was bearish. But then the daily, like that rejection on yesterday's candle is pretty major. Like, it's either gonna break down and fill the wick, or that's just gonna start turning bullish and just be and then this candle's just gonna be bullish and close up by a high probably today.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a small. It'll either be a proper candle, or it'll move back down towards the shorts, or it'll move long and probably break these areas. It's going to go along like that's the previous daily high. So once it gets above there, it should probably find momentum as well. Once it gets above that top. Not our entry, like above the high into this zone.
it's kind of breaking above that, because on the 4 hour then it won't look so bad, because it's not a low at that point. It's not a low high then.
Yeah, exactly. Legend. He's a Mac chat. Appreciate doing that. Appreciate you doing that, Bruce.
You get the comment before me.
Did I?
Well, who sent that to you?
That was right.
Oh, is it? Is it not in the comments?
No, that was easy. Retrace back, so he's got what? I wonder if there's a way of marking up the like. I need like a marking up thing. I wonder if you'd be able to see my mouse though, wouldn't you? No, you could just get it. See if it can mark.
The way you could do it is if you were sharing a screen and you did it on Zoom.
Yeah, show this one. Here we go. So you've got. So it's definitely made a push to the upside. Came back bearish. 5 minute time frame. So it's in the support. Pushed up. Found this sort of area of resistance here. Then started moving down, created minor support. Yeah, so it's like a bearish W that you're trading by the looks of it. No, we don't use you could add in indicators, but we don't trade with indicators anyway, so I wouldn't know.
I feel like the only indicator that I've ever used is that MACD and the EMAs and like moving averages. But the thing is, like, if, you know when like they cut to say go long.
Yeah.
It's like when they cut, you can tell it's long anyway by looking at the chart.
Yeah.
You can tell it's flipped. So it's like I don't see the use for them really, unless the strategy like just purely based off indicators.
Yeah, I think this makes sense. If you can get a move back up to here, if you can get this retrace into the resistance on the 5 minute, and get some 5 minute confirmation, maybe like you've also got your bullish uptrend and your minor bullish uptrend, maybe a bearish engulfing candle of the previous 5 minute, or just some resistance that you're happy with, and then as it starts moving short, yeah, I think that would probably work. Just be careful that this area that you've got on the low V chart, where you blue arrow not finishes but goes into like this area, looks like pretty strong support on the hourly or probably 4 hourly, which could cause you some issues. I think if you're in this area. Sometimes it might be better to wait for there might be a cleaner area beneath here, but yeah, the idea works. Bearish W and short. Yeah. It's good. Nice one.
Good, isn't it, to like see how other people are looking at stuff?
Yeah. MACD and EMA is all I use in my algorithm. Also uses CCI for a filter, but that's it. Right, okay. Yeah, MACD and EMAs are like the common ones that I think most people use. Some people use volume indicators like this as well. But it's kind of a delayed thing. Like you wouldn't know that this volume indicator wouldn't spike until the trade was already on its way down. So you'd always have to guess that the volume was going to come in. It doesn't this doesn't boost and then it starts dropping. Otherwise,
it doesn't tell you what's going to happen.
No, it's like as the candle starts moving down, the volume starts going up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the trade just here. Oh, I thought you were right. Okay, I thought you were looking for. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, you probably get a little retrace and then. So where's your entry? What price was your entry at? Seven, 2, 3, 4. I was gonna say, you managed to get an entry that it didn't even tap the price. That's pretty impressive if you did that. One at 456. Oh yeah, nice.
How do you actually build an algorithm? Is it all indicator based? How does it know?
456. Yeah, so it was like a. So you sort after this candle, or on one of these candles that there is. Yeah, no, that's good. That's nice as that. Yeah, because you've kind of had the bullish move minus support here. It broke that minus support and then retested it, rejected it. Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense. Makes sense. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Hopefully it goes well. I mean, it's looking like pound yen and euro yen against that moving short as well, so hopefully it'll work out for you. Are we looking there on the 4-hour open? Not a great deal.
4-hour open.
Took profit at 105. Alright, so you're down, nice. Like you say, nice little short 5-minute move. Good.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, I think we're going to see pound yen and euro yen maybe move short a little bit, for a little bit.
Yeah, there's no entries at all on them, so
No.
let them play out a bit.
Yeah, that logic. If you've not subscribed or anything, subscribe, and we're on live stream every morning. Social media is usually here as well. We have the odd other person pop in and out. So yeah, if you wanna join in every morning.
If you want to make up the numbers.
Yeah, if you wanna make up the numbers. When we've got 1,000 viewers in a year's time, we're one of the OGs. You get special treatment.
Just subbed. What a buy.
Oh, nice. You get a free Christmas card every year from Hurstfx. Cheers. Cheers, fella.
And I'm happy just a kid. Or cat.
Pound yen.
Yeah, dollar card definitely looks like it's going short, but the actual
Dollar
structure.
card.
But
Yeah, that's the thing. Everything's flipping.
Everything's flipping.
Cool. Yeah, the dollar card isn't a very strong support, is it?
Yeah, like very strong, but everything about it is just bearish coming into it.
Yeah.
Like
It
you can't
had
really,
some serious momentum, and then it's kind of like lost its momentum, but there's no momentum to the upside either.
no, it's just dead. It's dead as a door now. Shut me like an electric eel, baby girl.
Chart from So. Oh, he's going for the shot.
Oh.
Waiting for it. Wait for alright, so you've waited for your 30-minute close below the zone. So you've given you your close below 2, waiting for the 5 minute 50-minute retest. Placed an order on the low of the 5-minute retest. Clearing 1445. Risky
What's
trade
that on?
because of the range. GJ.
JJ.
Transactor's gone.
Oh yeah, it's pushed it just flipped to the upside.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, that's weird.
Oh, I'm okay.
Like, what? One went up, one went down. Like, GJ boosted up, GU boosted down.
Yeah.
That's
Risky
weird.
trade because of the range. Yeah, because you're into consolidation. But usually, if you've got price, especially if it's coming from like a significant resistance, which it was, like you say, you had your longs above there, which was the daily high, and the previous daily high, and that was the structure flip. Because you were from such strong resistance, as you start moving down and you're coming into consolidation and sideways movement, you usually find that it does come to the bottom of that sideways movement before finding support, which this also made sense because that's as you had marked, that's the significant support. So I would have expected this to come down here really. If it, like say, if you got the break of here and it started pushing down, I wouldn't have worried too much about that because these are fairly clean candles. So I think you would have at least got down to like 44. Yeah, probably, well, around your target area to be fair, maybe just a touch higher. But no, this made sense. This definitely made sense. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad trade. I mean, where would you stop? 56. Have you already closed out? Have you closed out half your position, or have you closed out the full position early, or how have you managed that one? Because I mean, what price is it at now? 539. So it's above here, then it's above your box, isn't it? But yeah, and our initial ideas were longs above here, but then this candle did this. So unless it shows some really strong support now, momentum to get back up to the high, we couldn't do anything. So that's why your sells made sense. Didn't enter. All right, nice. 144, 500. Would it have triggered you? All right, yeah, it would have triggered you as well, which so that's right, decent. Good stuff. But yeah, I think if these had started getting the breakdown, it would have been good. Once you got into this area, I think you have no issues of getting down here.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for, weren't we, Jim, to be fair? We were looking for it to either go along here and give us our entry strategy on this candle above here, this wick, the red wick, to the high. And if not, we wanted it to come in, find support in this area where your target was, to then go along. So yeah, spot on. But you didn't enter, so that's good.
Yeah, it's consolidating really, to be fair.
Yeah. Nice though.
There's a lot of like activity around the 4-hour open, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah. Thing is now with this is there's no risk to reward now on this GJ. You know, if you were looking at above the high.
Yeah.
The thing is, this kind of setup makes sense. Like, there's a pretty good chance you'll get it. It'll go there. If it's not gone short, if it's not broken down here, and it gets back above there, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to come up here.
You just got to we've got to time it correctly, because it could just consolidate one more time. You know what I mean? It could go back to the lows one more time.
Oh yeah. 30-minute on GJ closed without a wick. Do you take that into consideration? Yeah, if it's not covered, if you get what I mean. So if this candle had opened up and pushed and you'd have had no wicks in the bottom and it closed up here, I'd expect the next one to come down and create the wick. But we found recently, especially on like breakout trades, it's like pushed up to a price or gone down to a price and it's closed without a wick, or the next one's open without another upper wick and it's just absolutely melted. Which is pretty unusual. Like, yeah, the conditions have been pretty tricky. But yeah, you'd usually find that the wicks will get, the no wick candles will get filled. Like this one here had no wick at the high, pushed up, create, so you've got, it's now technically got a wick. Same with here, this has a no wick, pushed up, it's now technically been filled, that price. What else is there? Here, same here, wick. Yeah, you very rarely get an area where you don't, where you get a close and then it will just melt. It will usually come back and create like an upper wick, if you know what I mean. It's quite hard to explain. Yeah, oh yeah, no risk for the analysis. No worries. What made it a no entry for you then? How come you, what made you delete your order? Do-do-do. Alright, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of something you'd look at, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, you want... I always find when you're taking trades, especially those kind of trades, you want like continuous momentum, especially through your entry area. Because like the only way you're going to make money is by candles creating. If you're going to go short, the only way you're going to make money is with a candle that's creating a higher, a lower high and a lower low than the previous. Same with this. That's the only way you're going to make money. It has to do that. So as soon as you get a candle which doesn't do that, like this, like the chances of the next one to come down and do that are very rare. Like I'm not saying the chances are lower, but the probability of the next candle is now lower because it's found minor support. And I'm guessing that's what social media looks at.
Yeah.
Whereas same with this one. So now you've got a higher low and a higher high, and it's actually now engulfed this entire leg. So the probability is now for it to go long.
But it's in consolidation, so
yeah,
it's a tricky one, really. It does look better for longs, but that's the thing. Like when it's consolidating, you see a candle like this, especially if you had a short idea. You see a candle like this, and you're like, "All right, now it's long," and then it'll go back to the lows again.
Yeah. Yeah, you're better sticking with your initial direction, whatever you decide is your direction. That's what you've got to trade, haven't you? So.
Yeah.
proper chilled songs on this one. It's pretty decent. This place, ambient chill out lounge, relaxing music, essential relaxing session. It's pretty good actually.
That is.
Difficult to trade this week. Yeah, I think it's been It's been a pain in the ass. The position of the pairs has been kind of weird. It's been kind of like everything has been really extended. So you've had this really long extended moves, and then it's like not found. It's kind of made the big move, say last week, and then this week. I bet this week the candle's a bit smaller than last week's for now. Might be wrong. But yeah, look at the size of this week's candle compared to last week. You see that as well, Jim? You've had this trending move, and then you've had it hit. So this is pounding, for example. It's hit that high, that major resistance, and this week's just kind of gone meh, and all the momentum dropped out of it.
Yeah, it's quite a key high that.
Yeah, but these weeks are the weeks which are, as social media says, they're the hardest to trade because you've had the impulse. Like, look at the impulse move here. Look at the size of that impulse move. So like 3 candles last week is like, or whenever, is like, look at that. That's 3 candles. Like this week we've had these 3 candles.
Yeah.
Whereas you've had that in 3 candles. Look at the difference. It's like double the distance.
Yeah, it's like Uncle Ted says, like sometimes even like a full week is not a trading week.
Yeah.
Like if it's hard, like you're probably better off just not trading. You're only gonna lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to know exactly when it's hard to trade though. Like you only find out by your trades not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like GU now. I was looking at GU then, and like it's just not in a good. It's like it's giving signals to go short.
Yeah.
Then it's so bullish, but it's also not in a very good position to buy either because it's like at a high point. So it's like at resistance, isn't it?
Yeah. You got your 30-minute close on GJ. So you've definitely got more momentum now in the pair. So like the previous candle, it had a lower low and a higher high. So like you've got more of it. The momentum is increasing. You can see that, especially coming into. We've got what, half an hour between now and the Euro session open.
Yeah.
You usually get your first move around Euro session normally. I would say between 7 and 8 o'clock you start getting a move. Like this is quite a common sight, I would say. Consolidation like this before 7 o'clock, I would say. GMT. You find this like this is pretty often. Does this pretty often? Okay, what is this? 5 cents. You can't really get risk to reward in this, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not bothered for it, mate.
No, I'll leave it on in principle. Like, and see if it actually does it. But it's a bit tight, and I think realistically, like your target's there, you can't even get a 1-to-1 out of it, so you can't take that really. I'll just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I feel like if you come to the chart and you're like, yeah, they're not in a very good position, and then you try and take a setup, you're just destined to lose.
You're definitely fighting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think when you've got a pair which looks like this, like pound dollar, you've got to buy the pullbacks. You've got to look at the price when it's at its lows, or not necessarily its lowest, but it needs to be low down.
Yeah.
Especially if it's been trending bullish, like pound dollar has.
Yeah.
Look at it trending. Like there's no solid bearish move there. Like there's one, I would say, there on the hourly, in the middle of the hourly.
It's still made like a higher low, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just constantly making higher highs, higher lows, so you just can't short that. Same with like, yeah. To be fair, pound yen is now breaking down. Pound yen the hourly is now bearish.
Yeah.
You have pretty strong resistance. I think it'll test this resistance again and then start working its way down again. I think from that daily high, pound yen has to do something.
I think on GJ, if this breaks the previous 4-hour low, it'll make a bit of a down move.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to be like fully bearish, but I think it will push like quite a bit lower.
Yeah, whereas I think if you get the daily above the actual high and you get a close above the high, I think there's actually quite a big move to be had. I think
Yeah.
it's probably going to do a 100 pip move maybe. Like all these targets for the 100 pip move up to the high. But that's what I mean, from this area, if you do get a retrace off this area, it'll be a proper retrace based from what it did in the past from this area.
Yeah.
We can find a way to love you. No.
Yeah, like on G, you lose an inside leg on the 30-minute for short, but as the position is pretty good to take it, but it's just so bullish.
Yeah, you'd be better off waiting for one at the bottom for the long.
Yeah. I'm hungry this morning. What are you hungry?
Yeah, I am. I think it snowed, you know, last night. Yeah, the roof's away.
Thank God.
Don't be. JW. JW. 15. Yeah, it's just consolidating. Proper tired this morning.
You're a pussy.
No.
Oh, you are?
How long did it take you to create your algorithm, that logic?
That's pretty hard to do.
Is it still a work in progress, or are you, have you kind of got to somewhere where you're happy with it? Well, it's a sit on your hands and wait day, I think, by the looks of it, at the moment. For us anyway. How's the I think the hourly can give you a good indicator of what it's going to do, like, over the next couple of hours sometimes. It's quite a good time frame to look at.
Yeah.
This is such a clean, like, US dollars up, you know, the bullish move that it made from the bottom. It's just so clean. The waves are so clean on the hourly. There's like a bit of a choppy-ish section in.
Yeah, no, I do like it.
In the middle. Yeah.
I like it. I do like trading it.
Yeah. You've got such clean moves. Yeah, fair enough. You came into this bit of a chop, and then you broke out of that, and then it just was clean. You never get any big wicks or weird-looking candles.
No, you don't.
Which is making me think that this next hour if this next hour pushes down and you can find support, creates a it creates a higher low. Maybe you could find some sort of move. But the thing is, you've covered that clean candle now as well. You're into this area now.
I think the positioning of everything in general is just, I don't know, not good.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that GJ consolidation.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
The way that it's been bullish for ages, but the daily is technically bearish.
Because that massive leg.
In structure.
27. Got some. What's XRP doing? Looking better on the daily is XRP.
Is it?
Yeah, that wick was mental on XRP, you know, it got 75.
Yeah, that's insane.
I was up like 130%, I think 140% something like that.
Bloody hell.
Pretty crazy move.
Yeah.
It's very sideways though, if you look at it.
You just get your like big impulses there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin went up to 48,000.
Bloody hell.
Pretty crazy. I think it's Jewish. I feel like it's Jewish, to be fair.
Ooh, I shot.
I feel like it's due a pullback.
No,
Everyone will be buying in now. They'll be like, oh, it's gonna explode. It might do, but like, I wouldn't want to. Looking at how it looks there, you just don't want to buy there.
No, in any other situation, you wouldn't buy that.
No.
But it's good.
I actually think you could have bought when it broke the previous high. Like when it broke the previous high at 42,000. When it broke that price, I think you could have probably done a little long there. But to be fair, it might have gone into profit for a little bit. But I'm pretty sure that if it's going to retrace, it's going to pull back beneath that price.
I think you're right. I wonder like, if you fast forward like 10 years, I wonder what will actually happen with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that's a big enough time scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, technically, GJ, if the daily's bearish and the 1 hour's bearish, it might be short because it's at resistance. I think it depends what it does with the previous 4 hour candle.
If it breaks beneath it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, this is a very steady session.
It's been steady all week, really. Just slow. Slow. Trigger up body fire. And then daydream.
I'm up 4.5% on my stocks account. It's not bad, that.
How much? 4.5%?
Yeah, on the original balance.
Alright.
Not bad, that. I actually don't think it's that bad. It's about a
No,
month's
but
worth of trading, isn't it? 4.5% return in a month on stocks is pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's not just stocks, is it?
There's a bit of crypto in there as well, but that's the thing.
Thrown in there?
But I've only got my crypto positions half the size of each stock position, so.
Shoo-be-da-ba-dee-ba. Ain't a damn thing changed. Ain't a damn thing changed. Shoo-be-da-ba-dee-ba. Da-da-da-da-da.
There's really not much going on, is there?
No. I don't think it's gonna be either. It's all sideways. I don't even want to take anything.
Yeah.
Get out, me shit.
Have you taken anything else this week, social media? Or just the ones that you've sent on stream if they're triggered?
Get out, me chef. I don't know if they're still here, to be honest.
You are?
I don't know if they're still here.
Oh, maybe not. I didn't look.
It's literally not happening, to be fair.
Yeah, it almost feels a bit pointless, doesn't it?
Yeah, one thing I was just looking through my previous, my sample.
Yeah.
Another thing was like buy, support, sell, resistance. Like the positioning of the inside leg was quite important.
Yeah, I think it has to be like you say, at resistance, doesn't it? Like high up. Oh, if you're shorting.
Yeah. Yeah, like just looking through all of these, it's just the market was just in a way better position, like on all of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I remember you showing me.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, you're already on the 15-minute right now. I just looked onto it then. It's doing that thing again where that candle, you know, when it looks like it's going to push all the way to the lows.
Oh, yeah.
So,
One way it doesn't.
I was trying to find this trade. What?
I was just laughing at, like, you know James Taylor, the mountain bike one? Hang on a second, I'm just going to find some. We were talking about his kids and he's put, I put like cleaning up the kids' poo and stuff. And he put, oh no, mate, I'm terrible with smells and gross things like that. Because I said, he said it's not too bad. I said, yeah, that's not true. And he put, I put you are a very brave man. I wonder if it's different though when it's your own kids. He then put, oh no, mate, I'm terrible with smelly things and gross things. Like I have to wait for a few days for the dog poo in the garden to go hard before I can pick you up. And he put, I wouldn't touch your hair even if you washed it in front of me. I wouldn't buzz off touching your hair. But when it's your child that needs shit cleaning off him, it's not too bad. I mean, in 2 years' time, when he's smashing heaters from the night before into his pants, I'll probably tell you differently.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, he comes up with some right stuff. When he's smashing the heaters into his pants. Yeah, he's funny. There's nothing happening.
I mean, Yeah, like, looking back, like a lot of the trades, they were just so much cleaner.
Yeah. I actually think it makes sense. Panya makes sense from the hourly to come short. You've got like an inside leg at the high at resistance. The daily is bearish. The daily candle's weak bearish. The only thing is the 4 hours bullish, but the hourly is bearish as well. He's back. He's back. So meaty. Did I miss something? I was making breakfast. You made us some breakfast.
Scrambled egg on toast.
Have you made us some breakfast as well? Because there's nothing happening at all. No, you didn't miss anything. Absolutely diddly squat. I'd mentioned, or I'd asked if you'd taken the setups that you'd sent, or if you'd taken, well, you didn't really send any setups, you sent some analysis in, didn't you? But, yeah, to be fair, I don't think you will have done unless you've taken other trades. But I know Pound Yen hasn't come into an area that you sent him.
Yeah.
Didn't take it, yeah. Not all this week at all. Not all this week at all, that doesn't make sense, does it? Not all this week. You see what I mean with GJ, Jim?
Yeah. So messy though.
I know, that's the thing. This next area is a proper awkward area. This is also your 30-minute significant low. Yeah, you've got to do. I've had a bit of a shitty start to this week, really. Yeah, because you've got all this area here to come into 1 hour. The 4 hour looks good as well.
Hour. Let's look at the bag. Look at the bag.
No, nothing's jumping out. No, I think, yeah, this hourly, like, this is it's quite a choppy area to get through that 30-minute support. I think it would be nicer if you'd already had a move down. I think if it had moved down and come back into this area, it would have been nicer.
Yeah.
You know, back into almost like a head and shoulders style pattern, and then down, and then you find your inside leg on the 15-minute.
Yeah. It's. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like the pound pairs are starting to break slowly to the downside.
I believe one move.
Oh, that's 7 o'clock open as well.
No way. On Cook of the Day, they're doing a video, and they've just put parking pros, and some guy comes into the car park and just runs over a surfboard.
No way.
absolutely raging, like.
There's some balance in there.
Yeah. You'd be absolutely raging, wouldn't you? Imagine.
Yeah.
Hello.
Moving.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Morning.
Thank you very much. Merci.
Yeah, GU started like making its down move.
GU.
GU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, GG is quite a tricky one to be honest because the positioning is really nice,
Yeah.
but it's just a leg that it's gonna have to move down. It's just an absolute shambles.
Shambles.
Yeah, they're just in. Everything's in a weird place. Just this.
Yeah.
What have you got for breakfast, sir? Let's talk about something interesting. What's for breakfast?
Specific methods of the time actually from this. I personally came up with everything that I do just from doing it. So when certain things don't work, you tweak out of your plan. And when you notice something works, you obviously then keep that in. And it's kind of like trial and error. I actually said scrambled egg on toast. What a guess. It's universal.
I might have scrambled eggs on toast this morning. You'll be farting like a trooper. Yeah, it was more like I guess it was more like a trial and error basis, wasn't it, really, with this specific training method?
Yeah, definitely.
Or it was seeing things which worked, and then you kind of test them.
It all comes through testing. That's why the demo account's so good, because you actually need a strategy before you trade real money, because otherwise it's like, well, it's just like it's not a good long-term plan. It's just like if you don't actually know what you're looking for, then there's no way of knowing when you're out of line or not. And then that's not good either, because then you're free to do what you want. And then when you're free to do what you want, then as soon as you start doing badly, shit hits the fan.
That didn't last very long, that tea's gone already.
You touched it this morning, mate.
Aye.
I touched the bugger. I'm blowing smoke like I'm rolling this. Steady tripping, not be very messy. Can't stop.
Do you have one setup? Or several setups?
What, right now? Or like strategies, several strategies. Is that what you mean? Get it down. Strategies. There's a couple, but right now I'm trying to just stick to one, which is the that inside leg that we talked about. Like Adam does some like breakouts and stuff, but I'm just trying to focus on one, because I feel like if you just focus on one specific one, you really tweak it and you fine tune it, and like you notice things about it where you like you can like avoid having a loss. Yeah, you just I don't know. It like you gain a lot of experience if you just trade one, because you don't actually need more than one. The only reason why you need more than one is if you're impatient, which is easy to be impatient. It's definitely easy to be impatient, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you have one and you practice it and you just trade that, then you'll get really good. Whereas if you're like a bit all over the place, then you never really like hone in on anything. You never really like get good at one thing, which is that's all you need. And it makes it easier as well, because you're not looking for like loads of different things. It's literally like, right, do I have this thing or not? And if no, then you don't trade. And if you do, then you trade. Like, it makes it simple. Blowing smoke like a motherfucker. Yeah, Ba-da-bam. Ba-da-ba-ba-dee-ba. I love like a party.
I think it's good to zone into one pair, to be honest. I think sometimes I trade too many pairs.
Yeah, I think it's good if you know that you're actually really patient, which it seems like you are, because you haven't even traded this week. But it's like if you only have one pair, then you've got the tendency to be impatient, because like you might follow your rule. You might be like, right, I'm just going to stick to this pair, but you start to take bad trades on it because you just wanted to trade, and that's the only thing you can trade. So you each day you like try and make something out of nothing, that can happen as well. So like you trick yourself into thinking that you're following your rules, because you're sticking to one pair, when really you're breaking rules in other areas. So sometimes it depends on your personality and like what suits you. That was funny.
Looks like GG is working.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's pushing down, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like it gave just one last push-up, so you did before, or what would have triggered you in. So I said a 15-minute broke and then it came back short. To be honest, you go on the 4 hour and it's in a very nice position on the 4 hour. If that was your entry strategy where you wait for a bearish close and then you short beneath that bearish close on the 4 hour, like that's panning out pretty nicely if that's how you enter trades. That's a proper move there, isn't it? You could have had a pretty tight stop as well, you could have had it here.
Honestly, right, if you'd have put a stop above that trigger candle, you'd be up like 2%.
Yeah, it's quite a good move, isn't it?
That is tight.
Well, that's the thing. I don't even think it's worth doing that. You just stressed the whole time you were in the trade.
Yeah. The only time it's worth doing it is when it flies, which obviously you don't know. I've made a note. Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, just perfect one thing. Like you don't need any more, or like anything else.
Yeah. So like looking at it, yeah, you'd had. As if this candle would have started breaking down, you'd have probably been in. But yeah, you had a higher low, higher high, obviously that engulfed this leg, and then as it worked its way back down again. Yeah, he just wasn't ready. It needed that 7 o'clock momentum, didn't it? That Euro session now.
It's in a dirty area though now. Like if you got the 15 minutes.
I would have probably take a profit by this point. That would have been my TP there. That wick.
We've seen on the 15 minute. It looks even worse.
Yeah. 426 would have been my target. Because that's what we always do. The highest wick on the low, don't we?
Highest wick on yeah, in between. Yeah, so in between.
In between the candle and the, yeah.
Yeah, so the open and then the closest wick to the low.
Yeah, so it would have been anywhere in there. Dollar CAD hasn't moved yet. Pound dollar's working its way down. Pound yen's working its way down. I think Euro US dollar's still. Yeah, Euro US dollar and Euro yen are both not moving either.
Sideways.
It's only the pin pairs that have moved.
Off the goose. So in that back seat, got killers on the street.
Yeah, I think if we can get, like I was saying, Jim, obviously it's come down, consolidated, it's moved down. I think if you can get a retrace back up, I think if you can get a 30-minute flip bearish and then a retrace into this clean area, or even a bit higher, maybe up here, and then you get an inside leg.
Yeah. A nice position.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be the
Yeah.
that would be the creme de la creme.
I agree, mate. I agree. What I'm going to do tomorrow, after stream tomorrow, I'm going to go through all my sample, all the winning trades in my sample.
Yeah.
Go back on the charts and then really, write down exact thing, or if I can, as exact as I can, things about each setup. So what was the daily structure, and what was it like on the daily, the position wise.
Yeah.
The same on the 4 hour and the same on the whatever time frame I took it on. and then really break down like, right, what does it need to look like? Because you kind of know, which is fine when the opportunity is there, but when you see one, it's too tempting to get in it. If it like you can't always trust yourself to be like, oh yeah, but I know that this one isn't as good as one I've seen before, because there's always that, but it might work. So it's like you need to try and make it as precise as possible. You know, so like you're like, right, okay, I can't actually take this because of this, or because of this.
Yeah, you need like a like you say, because then it's black and white, and you can't be like, oh, but it could have done this. Oh, but it's like, no, it didn't do that.
I don't think you won't ever get it fully like rigid entry criteria or trade criteria. Yeah, you'll get somewhere close, but I think there's always a subjective part of it.
Yeah.
I think you just need a lot of like general rules. You know, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Generalization.
Yeah, because it's weird because a lot of my setups from before, like when I've taken the shot, it's always like it's like a very clean leg next to it, but then sometimes it's not, and it still worked. I think the position has more of a thing on like whether it's going to work or not. You know what I mean? Like if it's bearish and it's come up to resistance and like the positioning is perfect, and it says bearish, it's going to get through all them zones.
Yeah.
About 5:30, roughly. Early birds.
Yeah, 5. My alarm goes at 5. And then I snooze it for half an hour. Yeah, like it wakes me up every I think I've got it set to 9 minutes, so I've got to snooze every 9 minutes. Just came back because I feel
I like it.
You guys in any positions? No, we're not.
Nope.
No, there's nothing. I think GJ, depending how you trade, like there was a bit of minus spot there on the hourly small short. Yeah, 4 hourly if you want to hold it. If you want to take it as a longer term play, because you've got this low to aim for now. It's created a slightly lower high than the previous. Tapped into supply demand from the previous leg, closed out of it, and then you're also selling beneath the bearish close at the high of the bullish trend. Stop above that, you could have taken that, but it's not really our entry strategy. And everything else nothing's really moving yet. EJEU's not really doing anything. They've just started slightly moving, but nothing really. Have you had any more signals from you? I'll go or whatever. Anything else cropped up? Dollar CAD looks like it's breaking down.
Yeah.
Well, it's at the low. It's not breaking down.
Yeah, dollar CAD was always going to push down.
Oh yeah, you can just target acting, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think like as well, you have to be able to see a setup and be like, yeah, right, okay, that makes sense. But then like be able to not take it if you don't like it for whatever reason, because if that reason ends up happening, there's always like that, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. You have to actually like the setup, I think, to take it.
Yeah.
Like because sometimes you can kind of convince yourself. Because I did this when I was testing that 007 strategy, and he was like, well, technically there's two highs, so technically you can go long, or like it's kind of like this GG. It's like, well, technically there's an inside leg, and technically the daily is bearish. Technically it's like technically you could probably take it, but it doesn't. I don't like it. So I think there's that aspect of it as well. Like whether it works or not, you can't be like, oh, I should have taken it or whatever. But I think if before it happens, if you don't like the look of it, just don't trade. Like it's just one day, one trade. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, because I think if you're happy with it, it's instantly easier on your head.
Yeah. If you're happy with it and then it loses, it's like it's fine. Like you actually don't mind. You just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me on GJ, it's I feel like it could work for the short. But I don't like that area on the the next support. Like for me now, if I'd have taken that inside leg short, and then it had rejected and like pushed into there and then it started rejecting, like I would not be comfortable in that position.
Well, you'd be already out of it.
What do you mean? No, because technically for an inside leg setup, the target would be the very lows at like 144.08, because they're only single candles on the way up. That's what I mean. Like technically that's the target, but it's like there's so much chop. You know what I mean? Like I feel like yeah, I don't know. I don't like the setup necessarily. Like if I look back on my other winners, it's like they look way nicer than this.
It's not like them, is it? No.
Yeah. So.
Euro US dollar is bought at 21.24, 21.34 as the TP. What was that? You said it's 5 minutes into the year. 21.24.
The dollar yen's in profit a little bit.
Well, that's a low. That's a low entry. Or did you enter on one of these wicks down? I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks pretty good, does it? Probably get that break now. Nice. Little scalper. I feel like I need to crack my hip, it's well sore. You know your IT band connects at the top?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit sore.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if this GJ like goes all the way to the lows. all the way down to 144, like 08, 07. Because if it does, then that just shows. Well, it depends how it goes there as well. Look at that. I want to see if the inside leg would have worked all the way to the low.
Yeah, I think there'll still be opportunities for entries. I think once you get beneath here.
Yeah. Because technically you've got daily and you've got hourly, so
Yeah.
it just seems.
Daily, hourly, and you've got the 4 hour bearish close at resistance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bloody hell, that's snurred. Not well. It's covered the road out front. Oi, 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 oi,
Oops, fella cards broken out.
Oh yeah, that's very true. She's beneath the low.
Yeah, I feel like you did, with GJ, it was dodgy trading into a choppy area in a choppy week. Like it's just like you're just asking to just get stopped out.
Yeah.
Only half 7.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I was thinking that.
Sitting in the crib dreaming. Coming to fruition. Have you got a link or something, Adam? That logic sent something through.
Oh, sorry, I was on the phone.
Remember when I drew this?
Yeah, good. Nice. It did this. It did what you said as well with the retrace on the 5. Slight bearish. Well, you kind of drew it there, to be fair. But yeah, that was nice. Good stuff.
Nice, mate. Nice.
Coming to fruition. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, I was just looking through my this sample that I've got now. You know, of testing the inside leg.
Yeah.
It's so good to like look back. You know, because I did like the little abbreviations, like just like the checkpoints that it had.
Yeah.
Because I did that, like it's so easy just to go through them. And all of them, or pretty much all of them, it's like, yeah. So a lot of them are like the 4 hours with it. It's either the daily or the 4 hour.
Yeah.
And then it's always inside leg at high point or inside leg at resistance, or vice versa, obviously for long.
Yeah, yours on 30 and 15, aren't you, I think? Is there some, have you got an hourly set up on there as well? Or just,
There is, yeah. There's hourly set. Most of them are 15, some 30s. Yeah, there's one 4 hour. Most of them are 15 minutes. Yeah, it's that I did know that, but a lot of them is always at high or at resistance.
yeah.
Yeah, or at resistance / lower high point, this one. Yeah, see, this was an hourly setup, and it's daily bearish, 1 hour bearish, 4 hours bullish, lower high, inside leg, target low.
Yeah, so you need like 2 to tie in, including the one that you're entering on, don't you? Really? Well, we kind of knew that anyway.
Yeah, the one that you're entering on is always on the correct structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, you know, it was just like win after win. They were all well nice. You know, it was just like win after win.
Oh yeah.
They were all like proper nice.
Very nice. Yeah, they all look good when they Yeah, so it's now finding support within the 30-minute, a significant higher low. By the looks of it. Depending on how this closes, obviously.
And on that whole sample, I've got one long. That's it.
See, that's a kind not an issue in itself, but like if you have a pair that's trending to like the upside for like a month, you can't trade it really, can you?
Well, yeah, because I do have. It's not that.
I think they work better in short environments though.
Yeah, it was that dollar card, if you remember it. Remember when it hit target in like 4 minutes or whatever it was?
Oh yeah.
Push on 6, I've just seen now, I've just gone on pound dollar. And on the 15-minute this morning, there was an inside leg. Like an inside leg to go long. But it's not really like at lows. At the lows. It was like a resistance. It was like up at the highs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Up here.
Like it was at the previous resistance, like it was sitting on it, but in relation to the leg to the upside, it hadn't really pulled back. It was a very high buy.
High buy.
Oh, high buy. No. Yes.
Dollar card's proper breaking down.
Yeah.
If that gets beneath 30, that's your 4-hourly flipping bearish as well.
Flipping bearish.
Flipping bearish. Yeah, you full bearish then. Then you got a nice clean area actually down to the lows on.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Nice.
you got a clean area to 50-ish. 2650. 2650. And you got one bearish coming. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Tick, tick, Well, it's very chilled, very chilled.
Hey, Simon. Yeah, so like with GJ, that short, I'm trying to figure it out if it's actually a good one or not. So the daily structure is technically bearish. The 4 hour is bullish, but it's at a lower high point. It's like a nice resistance, and it's just broken the previous 4 hour red candle. So that position-wise is quite good. The owl is actually bearish, and it's at the significant. Just made a slightly lower high to the last significant high on the hourly. Inside leg at the high, breaking down. Like, there's quite a lot of reasons for that short.
Should have been in, didn't you?
So
You should have been in.
yeah, well, no,
No,
I down that like much.
you didn't know.
The leg that it's got to move down is just like a mess.
Yeah. This is a mess here. This area that's in now. I hope she got some free signals coming in.
What's that?
Free signals.
Why I put that?
That logic. 819. You'd already be triggered in.
I don't get the comments. I don't get the comments until like after you do.
Is it not coming? It's been in there a while.
Oh. What, on euro dollar?
Euro yen.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's a big stop. 659.
I'll try refresh the.
TP 919. You got a bigger stop than you have. 819 to 659. 16.1.
Yeah, I can't see that coming.
10 pips. So 1 to 0.75 that.
One to 0.75.
Yeah, well, you're risking 15 pips to get 10.
Nice.
Groovy. Groovy, groovy, groovy. It sounds stupid, but trust me, when I started using a bigger stop than my TP, I started making actual. Did you? Well, because it gave you more room to the downside, I guess. But then, the only thing is, then you've got, when you take a loss, it's a big loss. So you'd only technically have small wins and big losses. But it depends what sort of win rate you've got, I guess.
Wish you gave me the feeling. Like the more days that go on now, I know more and more what I'm looking for with my strategy.
Yeah.
Like it's very like thought out. Like it's got like certain criteria. It's pretty easy, to be fair, if you just stick to it.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, yeah. Ooh.
Singing me that feeling I've never felt before. Yeah, see, like, so GJ is kind of working. It's started to work, whereas like EJ is technically bearish on the daily, bullish on the 4 hour, but so is GJ. But then if you look at the difference between them, look how much nicer GJ looks than EJ on the 4 hour for sure.
Yeah,
And it makes a big difference, that. And then if you go on the hourly time frame, like look at EJ and then look at GJ, like GJ is well cleaner in terms of like the move that it's made.
On the hourly.
Yeah, like what it's doing right now, it's like actually it's broke down a little bit because of the position, you know what I mean?
Wins are 10 pips, my losses are 16, but it's an 80% win rate on average. So from some
Yeah, it's whatever works. It's all about expectancy.
Trying to work out that.
It's like if you make, just for example, if you make like 0.5% profit every single trade, and you have like 12 wins in a row, then you make 6%. But when you lose 1%. Like if you're having 12 wins and you're 6% up, and then you have like 1 or 2 losses, you're still in profit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's whatever works, really.
I couldn't personally do that. I feel like I were like buying like in an uphill battle the whole time. Like, if your losses are bigger than your wins, even if there's more wins, it just seems like when you have a loss, you're like friggin' hell. It proper eats into your profit.
Yeah.
But then again, who cares if it works? But I couldn't personally do that. I don't know. I like to feel like I'm like, I don't know. I like to feel like I've got the advantage. Because it's like, what if you don't win a lot? Like if you have a losing streak, it would just take you out pretty quickly. Also, as well, for me, like my setup, where I put my stop loss has got nothing to do with like trying to make more. It's just where technically it's worked in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like if mine hits stop loss, generally it goes against me, and there's no point in me holding it. So it's like I might as well have my stop loss where it is. Like if I was to make my stop loss bigger, all I would do is lose more. You know what I mean? Like it never stops me and then goes. It's always like a proper move against me, like completely. So like it wouldn't even benefit me to hold my trades anyway. It wouldn't even benefit me to give my trades more breathing room. It wouldn't make any difference.
I've tried no TP with a trailing stop. I've tried 1 to 3s. I've tried 1 to 2s. I've tried just about everything you can think. Is that on your entry? I guess that's your entry strategy though. That's based that off. So obviously your entry strategy doesn't do 1 to 3s, like 1 to 2s, and it works better if you've got a bigger stop.
Yeah, no, what he's saying is like he's tried set up with like a 1 to 3 or a 3 1 and a 1 to 2. Yeah. And now he's got like a 1 to 0 point whatever bit, and that seems to work better.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be 1 to 0.75 will it, I think, roughly. 16 pip stop for 10 pips.
It depends on the way you trade, because sometimes you just need it. Sometimes you might like if you're trying to trade with the trend and you just time it wrong, then you're probably better off giving it more breathing room. Whereas, like I said before, for me, it wouldn't benefit me to open my stop loss up. Like if mine stops out, pretty much every single time, it's because it's just not going that way that day. It'll like completely flip. So
it doesn't just be out here.
It wouldn't benefit me.
Yeah.
It just depends. There's so many different ways of doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like as long as you make money, who cares?
I don't thought there's going to be anything today, to be honest.
Nah.
Not in the time frame that we trade anyway. Do you trade reversals or trend? We trade with the overall trend in a mini reversal, I would say, actually. At the top of a mini reversal. So let's try and find an example. So like, this is an example. Obviously it didn't do this, so I'm just showing you an example of what the trade that we take. So like if you get rid of that, what it did. So you've kind of overall, on the overall time frame,
the macro time frames, the daily is bearish, the 4 hour is bullish, 30 minutes bullish, but you've got the 30 minutes bullish because it's retraced. So it's like it's been at the top of the retrace. We trade from the top of the retrace on the break of support, but the overall time frames have to be bearish as well. Yeah, I guess we do kinda. That's kind of what we do. Trade with a long-term trend and get entries on pullbacks, pretty much. We just wait for confirmation on pullback, at the top of a pullback or at the bottom of a pullback. Yeah, so we're going with the overall trend. We allow the market to retrace and then find support, say we want to short. So we'd allow the market to move short overall. We would let it retrace in like a micro retrace trend, so like a micro bullish trend, and then we'd wait for it to form resistance on the micro bullish trend, start moving short, then find minor support, and then once it breaks that minor support, we short. Try and find. I could probably draw it actually. So it's like this. Market's coming down. So this is like the overall trend. So once it gets to a high, which is also in resistance, we will wait for it to give confirmation of that resistance. A slight pullback, which like creates minor support, and then we will short as it breaks through that minor support. I scalp the trend over and over because I'm greedy and it works for me. 300 trades a day. 80% a month kind of profits then, yeah? 3,000 trades a month. It's like, I'm in again, I'm in.
Thing is, like, you can trade with the trend. To say it's bullish, and you've only taken longs, like you could have all losses. Like you still have to time it right. But just because it's bullish, it doesn't mean it's just going to go up. You know what I mean? Like, you can make some pretty heavy down moves. Like, you have to still time it right. It's not just as simple as that.
No. So I was being sarcastic, but.
Alright, nice one. 2 AM. Commitment. Nice one, right?
Well, that'll be California side, won't it? No, it'll be New York side. 5 hours behind.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers for
nice one.
Coming.
Cheers for popping in. Yeah, we're here, like I say, every Monday to Friday. If you want to come in and put some signals in and whatever. But yeah, we won't take signals, but we're pretty well, whatever you want to do really, whatever you're interested in. We don't mind, like. But yeah, nice one. Au revoir.
I'm gonna go get some breakfast myself, I think.
Yeah, there's gonna be nothing this morning. I'm gonna call it. If anything's gonna happen with GJ, it's gonna be later on, I think. So I'm just gonna wait till later on, I think. So.
Do you want to send us over some scrambled eggs? So.
Yeah, some scrambled eggs and some coffee. It'll be lovely. It'll be lovely.
That'd be beautiful.
Right. Nice.
Right, boys, I'm off.
Yeah, I'll see you later. See you,
Breakfast
that logic.
time.
See your social media. Patiently waiting for my one trade. yeah, 20, 30. He's already taken 20 trades. You've not taken one yet, but it doesn't matter if that one's a profitable one. No worries, mate. We'll see you tomorrow. It's been a bit of a steady one today, but well, yeah, everything's just against trend at the moment, so it's tricky. But yeah, no, it's been alright. It's good that you're sending charts and stuff. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Au revoir.